Maya Carter thought surviving meant working double shifts and keeping her head down, until the night she accidentally spoke Korean to Seattle's most feared Mafia boss. One sentence changed everything. He paid her $15,000 medical debt without asking, brought his traumatized son to see her, and made her the target of a rival who'd already murdered once for leverage. She never wanted protection from a man covered in blood, never asked to become a mother to a child who hadn't spoken in 2 years, and she definitely never planned to fall in love with someone whose enemies would kidnap her just to watch him break. But when they threw a bag over her head and dragged her into darkness, Maya realized something terrifying. She wasn't just fighting for her life anymore, she was fighting for a family she didn't know she'd built. What happened in that warehouse would either destroy them all or prove that some loves are worth burning the world down for. Subscribe and comment below if you've ever taken a risk that changed your entire life, because this story is about to get brutal, beautiful, and absolutely unhinged. Maya's hands ached. The Friday night crowd filled every table at Hanul Korean Fusion. Her feet burned inside her worn sneakers. She carried 3 plates at once, smiling automatically at customers who barely looked at her. "Table 7 needs water," her manager snapped. His voice was sharp. "And you forgot the banchan again." Maya felt tired. She nodded and turned back toward the kitchen. The fluorescent lights made her eyes hurt. She had been here since 10 that morning. Her phone buzzed in her apron pocket. She ignored it. Probably another bill, another reminder, another deadline she couldn't meet. "Maya, focus," the manager said. She delivered the water. She brought the small dishes. She kept moving because stopping meant thinking. Thinking meant panic. The restaurant smelled of garlic and sesame oil. Conversations in Korean and English overlapped. Seattle's rain tapped against the windows. Maya wiped down an empty table and caught her reflection in the dark glass, 29 and already exhausted. Dark circles under her brown eyes, hair pulled back in a tight bun. She looked older than she was. Her phone buzzed again. This time she checked it. Final notice. Payment due immediately, or services will be discontinued. Her chest tightened. She put the phone away. Her brother needed those medications. Without them, his seizures would return. "Hey, waitress," someone called. Maya turned. She smiled. She took their order. She kept moving. The night dragged on. Her manager watched her constantly now. Last week she had dropped a bowl. The week before she had mixed up 2 orders, small mistakes that felt enormous under his scrutiny. "One more error and I'm cutting your hours," he had told her. Maya couldn't afford fewer hours. She was already working 50 a week. Her brother's care ate most of her paycheck. Rent took the rest. Food came last. She cleared another table. Her hands shook slightly. Fatigue or fear? She couldn't tell anymore. "Table 12, the hostess said. Her voice was different, quieter. Maya looked up. The hostess's face had gone pale. Everyone near the entrance had stopped talking. The kitchen door swung shut, and even the cooks fell silent. A man walked in. 2 others followed close behind. The room seemed to hold its breath. Maya felt something shift in the air, heavy, oppressive, wrong. The man wore all black. His coat hung perfectly on broad shoulders. His face was expressionless, cold, beautiful in a way that made her stomach drop. He was Korean, maybe 35. Dark hair swept back from a sharp face. His eyes scanned the room slowly, deliberately. No one met his gaze. Customers suddenly found their plates fascinating. Staff members busied themselves with invisible tasks. Maya's manager appeared beside her. His hand gripped her elbow. "Don't look at him," he whispered. His voice was desperate. "Don't speak to him unless he speaks first." "Who is he?" Maya asked. "Trouble. Just stay away." The man sat at table 12. The 2 bodyguards remained standing. One positioned himself near the door. The other stood behind the man's chair. Maya felt scared. Her hands grew clammy. She wiped them on her apron. "Someone else can take that table," her manager said. But no one moved. The other servers found reasons to be elsewhere. Maya was the newest, the most disposable. "Fine," she whispered. "I'll do it." Her manager's eyes widened. "Be polite. Be quick. Don't make eye contact." Maya nodded. She picked up a menu. Her legs felt unsteady as she crossed the dining room. Every step brought her closer. The man sat perfectly still. His hands rested on the table, long fingers, no rings, clean nails. She stopped beside the table. She kept her eyes down. "Good evening," she said. Her voice came out steadier than she felt. "Can I get you something to drink?" Silence, long and heavy. Her heart hammered against her ribs. "Water," the man said. His voice was low, controlled. "Nothing else." Maya wrote it down. She turned to leave. "Wait," he said. She froze. Her breath caught. Slowly, she turned back. His eyes found hers, dark, unreadable. She couldn't look away. "You're new here," he said. 3 months, Maya whispered. He studied her face. Something in his expression shifted. Not quite curiosity, more like recognition of something he hadn't expected to find. "Bring the water," he said finally. Maya nodded. She walked away on shaking legs. Behind her, the restaurant slowly came back to life. Whispered conversations resumed. Dishes clattered again. In the kitchen, she leaned against the counter. Her hands trembled. The cook glanced at her. "You okay?" he asked. "Who is that man?" Maya said. The cook's face went blank. "Nobody you want to know about." She filled a glass with water. Ice cubes clinked together. She arranged it on a small tray with a napkin. When she returned to table 12, the man was watching the rain through the window. His profile looked carved from stone, sharp jaw, straight nose, full lips pressed into a thin line. Maya set the water down carefully. She didn't spill a drop. "Thank you," he said. He didn't look at her this time. She walked away. For the next hour, she avoided that section of the restaurant. Other servers gave the table wide clearance too. The man sat alone, barely touching his water. Maya took orders. She delivered food. She cleared plates. But her awareness kept returning to table 12, to the dangerous stranger who made everyone afraid. Near closing time, she carried a full tray of dishes, 5 plates balanced carefully. She had done this hundreds of times. But tonight her exhaustion betrayed her. Her foot caught on a chair leg. The tray tilted. Everything slid. Plates crashed to the floor. Glass shattered. Food splattered across the tiles. The noise was deafening in the quiet restaurant. Everyone froze. Maya stood in the middle of the destruction, horrified. Her chest tightened, her throat closed. The manager's face turned red. "Maya, I'm sorry," she whispered. She dropped to her knees. "I'm so sorry." She started picking up broken pieces. Her hands shook badly now. Tears burned behind her eyes, but she blinked them back. The restaurant remained silent. No one helped. They all watched her scramble to clean up the mess. Then she remembered table 12, the dangerous man. Had she disturbed him? Maya looked up. Her eyes found his. He was watching her. His expression hadn't changed. No anger, no irritation. Just that same unreadable calm. Their gazes held for 3 heartbeats. 4, 5, "Josonghamnida," Maya said. The Korean apology came out automatically. Instinct from years of study she could barely afford. "I'm very sorry." The man's eyes widened. Just slightly. Just enough. Around them, the silence grew thicker. Someone gasped. Maya realized what she had done. She had spoken directly to him. In Korean. "Get up," the manager hissed. "Try get up right now." Maya stood. Her legs felt weak. Broken ceramic crunched under her feet. The man at table 12 tilted his head. He studied her differently now, like she had revealed something unexpected. "You speak Korean," he said. Not a question, a statement. "A little," Maya whispered. "I'm learning. I'm sorry for the noise." He stood. The movement was fluid, graceful. He reached into his coat and pulled out several bills. He placed them on the table. Far more than the cost of water. "Be careful," he said. His voice was quieter now, almost gentle. "The floor is dangerous." Then he walked out. His bodyguards followed. The door closed behind them. The manager grabbed Maya's arm. "Do you know what you just did?" "I apologized," Maya said. Confusion made her dizzy. "That's all." "That's not all. That's never all with him." The manager's fingers dug into her skin. "Clean this up and go home. We'll talk about your hours on Monday." Maya's stomach dropped. Fewer hours meant less money. Less money meant she couldn't help her brother, couldn't pay rent, couldn't survive. "Please," she said, "I'll be more careful, I promise." "Monday," the manager repeated. He walked away. Maya cleaned up the broken dishes alone. The other staff avoided her now, like she carried bad luck, like she had cursed herself by speaking to that man. She finished her closing duties in silence. She grabbed her jacket and backpack. The rain had grown heavier. She didn't have an umbrella. The walk to the bus stop took 15 minutes. Water soaked through her shoes. Her jacket wasn't waterproof. By the time she reached the covered stop, she was shivering. A man stepped out from the alley beside the stop. Maya's heart jumped. She recognized him. He had been lingering near the restaurant last week. "Hey," he said. His smile showed yellow teeth. "You got money?" Maya felt afraid. She stepped back. Her hand tightened on her backpack strap. "I don't have anything," she said. "Everyone's got something." He moved closer. "Hand it over. Please, I need to catch my bus." Maya looked around. The street was empty. No cars, no pedestrians, just rain and darkness. I said, "Give it to me." His voice turned hard. Maya's hands shook. She reached for her backpack zipper. Inside she had $23, grocery money for the week. A car door opened behind her. Footsteps approached, heavy, measured. "Leave," a voice said. That same low, controlled voice from the restaurant, the dangerous man. He stood 3 feet away. Rain darkened his black coat. Water dripped from his hair. His expression was colder than before. The attacker's face went white. "I was just—" "Now," the man said. The attacker ran. His footsteps splashed through puddles. He disappeared around the corner. Maya couldn't move. Her breath came in short gasps. Adrenaline made her dizzy. "Are you hurt?" the man asked. She shook her head. Her voice had vanished. "Your bus comes in 7 minutes," he said. "I'll wait." "You don't have to," Maya whispered. "I know." He walked to the edge of the shelter. He stood with his back to her. One of his bodyguards appeared from a black car parked across the street. The man waved him back. Maya's hands slowly stopped shaking. She sat on the cold bench. Rain drummed on the shelter roof. The man remained motionless, a silent guardian. The bus arrived. Maya stood. She walked toward the doors. "Thank you," she said. He turned slightly. Rain caught the streetlight. For a moment she saw his face clearly, younger than she'd thought, sad in a way that made her chest ache. "Be safe," he said. Maya boarded the bus. She found a seat by the window. As the bus pulled away, she looked back. He was still standing there, watching until she disappeared. Saturday morning came too early. Maya's alarm buzzed at 6. She slapped it off and stared at the ceiling. Her small apartment felt cold. The heater had broken last month. The landlord kept promising to fix it. Her brother's room was across the tiny hall. She could hear him moving. His morning routine never changed. Wake up, take medications, eat breakfast, watch the same shows. Maya pushed herself up. Her body protested. Every muscle ached from yesterday's long shift. She made coffee with the last of the grounds, black because they were out of milk. She checked her phone while the coffee brewed. 2 missed calls from the pharmacy, 1 text from her landlord about late rent, 3 spam emails. Her chest tightened. She put the phone away. "Morning," her brother called from his room. "Morning, Marcus," Maya said. She brought him his medications, 7 pills, different colors and sizes. He swallowed them with orange juice. At 23, he still looked like a teenager, thin, pale. His disability kept him dependent on her. "How was work?" he asked. "Fine," Maya lied. "Same as always." They ate cereal together. She had bought the cheap brand. It tasted like cardboard but filled the stomach. "I watched that documentary about whales," Marcus said. His eyes lit up. "Did you know they can hold their breath for 90 minutes? Maya smiled. "That's amazing." He talked about whales for 20 minutes. She listened. His joy was the only bright thing in her life, worth every sacrifice. After breakfast, she checked their bank account. $107. Rent was due in 5 days. They needed $400. Maya felt desperate. She couldn't ask the restaurant for an advance, and not after last night. Not when they might cut her hours. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. "Hello?" she said. "Is this Maya Carter?" A woman's voice. Professional, crisp. "Yes. This is Cascade Medical Billing. We're calling about your outstanding balance." Maya's stomach sank. "I know I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up." "Your account shows 0 balance," the woman said. "The entire amount was paid yesterday evening." Maya felt confused. "That's not possible. I didn't pay anything." "The payment was processed at 7:45 p.m. Certified check. $15,312. Your account is current." "Who paid it?" Maya asked. Her voice shook. The payment was anonymous. "We were instructed to contact you this morning." Papers rustled on the other end. "You should have received a notification letter." Maya stood. She walked to her front door. On the mat sat a small white envelope. She hadn't noticed it earlier. She picked it up. Her hands trembled. Inside was a single sheet of paper, the medical bill, stamped paid in full. Wrapped around the paper was a receipt from Hanul Korean Fusion. Yesterday's date, table 12. Maya's breath caught. The dangerous man, he had paid her debt. "Hello?" the woman on the phone said. "Are you still there?" "Yes," Maya whispered. "Thank you. Thank you for calling." She hung up. She stared at the receipt. $15,000. More money than she had ever seen at once. Her eyes burned. She didn't cry. Couldn't let herself feel grateful. This wasn't charity. It couldn't be. Men like him didn't help strangers for free. There was always a price. Always strings attached. Maya felt angry. He had no right. She hadn't asked for his help. Didn't want to owe him anything. But Marcus needed those medications. Needed the medical care. Without this debt cleared, they would have been cut off within weeks. She sat on the floor, the receipt crumpled in her hand. Gratitude and resentment warred inside her chest. "Maya," Marcus called. "You okay?" "Fine," she said. Everything's fine. She wasn't sure if she was lying. Saturday evening. Maya returned to Hanul for the dinner shift. The manager had called that afternoon. They still needed her. She hadn't been fired. She tied her apron and checked her section. Table 12 sat empty. Clean, waiting. "He might come tonight," the hostess whispered. "He usually does on Saturdays." Maya's heart beat faster. She wanted to see him, needed to see him, to return his money, to refuse his help properly. But part of her also wanted to understand why had he done it. What did he want? The dinner rush started. She took orders. She delivered food. She watched the door. At 8 o'clock, he walked in. Same black coat. Same emotionless face. Same dangerous presence. But this time he wasn't alone. A small boy walked beside him. Maybe 7 years old. Korean, beautiful features. Dark eyes that didn't focus on anything. The boy held the man's sleeve. He moved like a ghost. Silent. Careful. Afraid of the world. They sat at table 12. The boy climbed into the chair and stared at his lap. The man positioned himself so he could watch the entire restaurant. Maya's manager appeared beside her. "I'll take that table." "No," Maya said. Her voice was firm. "I will." She grabbed a menu. She crossed the dining room. Her hands were steady this time. Purpose gave her courage. She stopped at the table. She set the menu down. She looked directly at the dangerous man. "Good evening," she said in Korean. Her pronunciation was careful. "Welcome back." The man's eyes found hers. Something shifted in his expression. Not quite a smile. More like approval. "You came back," he said. "I work here," Maya said. She switched to English. "I need to talk to you. About the payment." "Later," he said. He glanced at the boy. "Not now." Maya followed his gaze. The boy was trembling. His small hands clutched the edge of the table. He looked terrified of everything. Her anger softened. This child needed gentleness, needed safety. Whatever business she had with the dangerous man could wait. She knelt beside the table. She made herself small, non-threatening. "Hello," she said softly in Korean. "My name is Maya." The boy didn't look up, didn't react. His breathing was shallow. Maya's heart ached. She recognized that kind of fear. She had seen it before. "I like your shoes," she said, still in Korean. "They're very cool." The boy's fingers loosened slightly on the table. Not much, just enough. Maya stayed kneeling. She didn't push, didn't demand eye contact. She just existed beside him. Patient, calm. "Can I bring you something?" she asked. "Juice? Water?" The boy's head lifted, just an inch. His dark eyes flickered to her face, then away, but his hand moved. Slowly, carefully. His fingers stretched across the table toward her. Maya held her breath. She didn't move, didn't speak. The boy's fingertips brushed hers, feather light, barely there. Then he pulled back. Maya's throat tightened. That tiny gesture felt enormous, a bridge built from fear to trust, fragile but real. She looked up. The dangerous man was watching. His face had changed completely, no longer cold, no longer hard. He looked vulnerable, broken open. His eyes held hers. and Maya saw it. The grief, the love, the desperate hope that someone might reach his son when he couldn't. "Apple juice," Maya whispered. "I'll bring apple juice." She stood. Her legs felt unsteady. She walked back to the kitchen on trembling feet. Something inside her had shifted. This wasn't about debt anymore. Wasn't about obligation or refusal. This was about a frightened child and a grieving father. And somehow, impossibly, Maya was standing in the middle of it all. Maya brought the apple juice. The boy stared at it but didn't touch the glass. His small hands remained folded in his lap. "It's okay," Maya said gently. "You don't have to drink it now." She set down water for the man. He nodded once. Brief acknowledgement. Maya wanted to leave, wanted to walk away and process everything she felt, but her feet wouldn't move. "What's his name?" she asked quietly. The man's jaw tightened. "Min-jun." "That's a strong name," Maya said. She looked at the boy. "It's nice to meet you, Min-jun." The boy's shoulders relaxed. Just a fraction. Progress measured in millimeters. Maya stepped back. "I'll be nearby if you need anything." She returned to her other tables, but her awareness stayed fixed on table 12, on the silent child and his guarded father. They stayed for an hour. Min-jun never touched the juice. The man ordered nothing else. They sat together in quiet companionship. The boy's hand eventually found his father's sleeve again. When they stood to leave, the man placed cash on the table. Too much again. Always too much. Maya's chest tightened. She had to say something, had to address what he'd done. She followed them to the door. The rain had stopped. The sidewalk gleamed under streetlights. "Wait," Maya called. Her voice was stronger than before. "Please." The man turned. Min-jun hid behind him immediately. Small hands clutched black fabric. Maya stepped outside. The night air was cold. She crossed her arms against the chill. "I can't accept what you did," she said. "The payment, it's too much." "It's done," the man said. His tone was final. "Don't think about it." "I have to think about it." Maya felt frustrated. "I don't even know your name." His eyes found hers, dark and fathomless. "Xiao Jaehuan." The name hung between them, heavy with meaning she didn't fully understand. "Mr. Xiao," Maya said, "I appreciate what you did, but I can't owe you anything." "You don't owe me," Jaehuan said. His voice was quiet. "You spoke Korean to me. No one does that anymore." Maya felt confused. "What do you mean?" "Everyone fears me, avoids me, treats me as dangerous." His expression didn't change, but something flickered in his eyes. "You saw a person that's worth more than money." "I don't understand," Maya whispered. "You don't need to." Jaehuan looked down at Min-jun. "But he reached for you. He hasn't done that since—" He stopped. His throat worked. "He hasn't done that in 2 years." Maya's breath caught. 2 years. This child had been locked in silence and fear for 2 years. "What happened?" she asked. "Nothing you need to carry." Jaehuan's voice was careful, controlled. "Thank you for your kindness to him." He turned to leave. Min-jun followed. The boy glanced back once. His eyes met Maya's. Then he disappeared into the black car, waiting at the curb. Maya stood on the sidewalk. She watched the car drive away. Her heart felt heavy, full of questions she couldn't ask. Inside, her manager was waiting. His arms were crossed. His face was stern. "What did you say to him?" he asked. "I tried to refuse the money," Maya said. "I wouldn't take it back." "Of course he wouldn't." The manager sighed. "Do you know who he is?" "Seo Jae-hwan," Maya said. The name felt strange on her tongue, foreign and dangerous. "He runs half of Seattle's Korean district, import business on paper. Other things underneath." The manager's voice dropped. "People who cross him disappear. People who help him get protected." Maya felt cold. "I didn't help him. I just served him dinner. You spoke Korean. You were kind to his son. That's more than anyone else has done." The manager looked worried. "Be careful. Men in his position don't forget debts or kindness." Maya went back to work, but her thoughts kept circling. Jae-hwan, Min-jun, the grief in a father's eyes, the fear in a child's hands. She finished her shift at 11. The bus ride home was long. She stared out the window and saw nothing. At home, Marcus was asleep. Maya changed into pajamas. She lay in bed and stared at the ceiling. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She answered cautiously. "Hello?" Silence. Then a child's breath. Soft. Careful. "Min-jun," Maya whispered. Her heart raced. Is that you? A small sound. Not quite words, more like confirmation. Are you okay? Maya asked. Another breath. Then the line clicked. Call ended. Maya sat up. Her hands shook. Had that really happened? Had the child somehow gotten her number? She checked the caller ID, blocked. No way to call back. But the message was clear. Minjun had reached out. Across distance and silence, he had found her. Maya didn't sleep that night. Sunday morning arrived grey and cold. Maya worked the early shift. She served families and couples. She smiled automatically. Table 12 remained empty. She told herself she wasn't disappointed, wasn't looking for a black coat and sad eyes. At 3 o'clock, the hostess approached. Someone left this for you. She handed Maya a small envelope. White, expensive paper, no writing on the outside. Maya's hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was a single white camellia, pressed flat, perfectly preserved. She recognized the flower, Korean symbol of mourning, of loss, of grief that never fully heals. A small card fell out. One sentence in careful handwriting. She would have liked you. Maya's throat tightened. She, his wife. Minjun's mother, the woman who died 2 years ago. Suddenly everything made sense. The boy's silence, the father's walls, the grief that colored every interaction. Maya felt something shift inside her chest. Not quite love, not yet, but understanding, empathy, the beginning of connection. She tucked the flower and card into her apron. She finished her shift with new awareness. This wasn't about money or debt or obligation. This was about two broken people trying to survive, and somehow, impossibly, they had found her. Monday night. The restaurant was quiet. Early spring always brought fewer customers. Maya wiped down empty tables and tried not to watch the door. Her manager had kept her hours. Barely. 35 instead of 50. It would be tight but manageable, especially without the medical debt. At 7:30, the door opened. Maya's breath caught, but it wasn't Jae Hwan. A different man walked in. Tall, lean, sharp features and calculating eyes. He looked around the restaurant slowly, deliberately. Maya felt something wrong in the air. Heavy, threatening. The man chose a table near the window. He sat facing the door. His coat was expensive. His watch gleamed. Maya approached carefully. Her instincts screamed danger. "Good evening," she said. "Can I get you something?" The man smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. "Chas, you're Maya." Her stomach dropped. "How do you know my name?" "Everyone knows everything in this neighborhood." He gestured to the empty chair. "Sit." "I'm working," Maya said. Her voice stayed level. "I can't sit with customers." "I'm not a customer." The man's smile widened. "I'm Yoon Sang-ho, a friend of Seo Jae-hwan." Maya felt afraid. Something about his tone suggested friendship was the wrong word. "I don't know him well. I just serve him dinner." "You're modest." Yoon leaned back. "He paid your debt, brought his son to see you. That's not nothing." "It was a kindness," Maya whispered. "Nothing more." "Kindness," Yoon laughed. It sounded sharp. "Mean, Jae-hwan doesn't do kindness. He does strategy, investment, control." Maya's hands tightened into fists. "What do you want?" "To warn you." Yoon's expression went cold. "Men in his position have enemies. People close to him become targets." "I'm not close to him," Maya said. "Not yet." Yoon stood. He was taller than she'd realized. "But you will be. He's already circling, protecting. That makes you valuable." He walked to the door. He paused and looked back. "Be careful, Maya Carter. You're in a game you don't understand." His voice was soft, dangerous, and the price of losing is very high. He left. Maya stood frozen. Her heart hammered against her ribs. The hostess appeared beside her. "Are you okay? You look pale." "I'm fine," Maya lied. Her legs felt weak. "I need a minute." She went to the bathroom. She locked herself in a stall. Her breath came too fast. Panic clawed at her throat. Yoon Sang-ho knew her name, knew about the debt, knew things he shouldn't know, and his warning felt like a promise, a threat wrapped in concern. Maya's phone buzzed. She checked it with shaking hands. Unknown number. A text message. "Don't talk to strangers. HH. Han Seok, maybe. One of Jae-hwan's men." Another message came through immediately. "Car outside. Black sedan." Get in when your shift ends. Maya felt trapped, scared, angry. She hadn't asked for any of this, hadn't wanted protection or involvement or danger, but Yoon's words echoed in her mind. You're in a game you don't understand. She was already involved, whether she wanted to be or not. Maya's shift ended at 10. She grabbed her jacket and backpack. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. Outside, the black sedan waited exactly where the text said, tinted windows, engine running, silent and threatening. The back door opened. A man stepped out. Not Jae-hwan. Someone older, broader. His face was scarred. His eyes were sharp. Maya Carter, he said, not a question. I'm Han Seok. I know, Maya whispered. The text, get in. We need to talk. His voice was gruff but not unkind. You're not safe here. I'm fine, Maya said. She tried to sound brave. I can take the bus. Yoon Sang-ho was here tonight. Han's expression darkened. That means you're a target. That means you get in this car or something bad happens. Maya felt angry. I didn't ask for this. No one ever does. Han gestured to the open door. But you spoke Korean to a grieving man. You were kind to his traumatized son. That created a connection. And connections are dangerous in our world. Your world, Maya said. Not mine. Yours now. Han's voice was final. Please, don't make this harder than it needs to be. Maya looked around. The street was empty, no witnesses, no help. She was alone with this decision. She thought of Marcus, of her tiny apartment, of the life she'd built from nothing. She didn't want to lose it. But she also thought of Min-jun, of his small fingers reaching across the table, of Jae-hwan's grief-stricken eyes. Where are we going? She asked. Somewhere safe. Han waited, patient but firm. Just to talk. Then I'll take you home. Maya got in the car. The door closed. The sedan pulled away from the curb. She watched the restaurant disappear behind them. Han sat across from her. Another man drove. Neither spoke. They drove for 20 minutes, out of the city center, into neighborhoods with bigger houses, taller trees, more space between streetlights. Finally, they stopped. A gate opened automatically. The car rolled up a long driveway. The house was enormous, modern architecture, all glass and steel and dark wood. Security lights illuminated manicured gardens. Maya's breath caught. This wasn't a house. This was a fortress. Beautiful and terrifying. Where are we? She whispered. Jae-hwan's estate, Han said. He opened the door. Come on, he's waiting. Maya climbed out. Her legs felt unsteady. She followed Han to the front entrance. The door opened before they reached it. Jae-hwan stood in the doorway. He wore black pants and a simple shirt, no coat, no armor. He looked younger, more vulnerable. His eyes found hers. Something shifted in his expression. Relief, concern, guilt. I'm sorry, he said. His voice was quiet. I didn't want this, but Sang-ho made it necessary. Made what necessary? Maya asked. Her voice shook. What's happening? Come inside, Jae-hwan said. Please, I'll explain everything. Maya looked back at the car, at the gate, at the world outside this compound. Then she looked at Jae-hwan, at the man who paid her debt, who brought his son to see her, who sent flowers of mourning. She stepped inside. The door closed behind her, and Maya knew her life had just changed forever. The house was beautiful, open floor plan, high ceilings, minimal furniture, everything chosen for purpose rather than comfort. Jae-hwan led her to a sitting room. Large windows overlooked a garden lit by subtle lights. The furniture was expensive, untouched. Sit, he said. Please. Maya sat on the edge of a leather chair. Her backpack stayed on her lap. Defensive posture, ready to run. Jae-hwan remained standing. Han positioned himself near the door, not blocking it, just present. Yoon Sang-ho is my rival, Jae-hwan said. His voice was measured. We control different territories, different operations. Usually we avoid conflict. Usually, Maya repeated. Her throat was dry. What changed? You. Jae-hwan's jaw tightened. He saw me pay your debt. Saw me bring Min-jun to you. That revealed weakness. Maya felt sick. I didn't ask you to do those things. I know, but I did them anyway. Jae-hwan finally sat, across from her, not close. I did them because you were kind, because my son reached for you, because for one moment I felt human. His eyes found hers, dark and honest. That was selfish. I made you vulnerable to prove I wasn't completely dead inside. Maya's chest tightened. What does Sang-ho want? Leverage. He'll threaten you to control me. Hurt you to hurt me. Jae-hwan's voice went hard. I won't let that happen. So what? I just disappear. Maya stood. Anger replaced fear. I have a life, a brother, a job. You can't just take that away. I'm not taking anything. Jae-hwan stood too. I'm offering protection, temporarily, until Sang-ho loses interest or I make other arrangements. Other arrangements. Maya's voice rose. Like what? Making me disappear permanently? No. Jae-hwan stepped closer, not threatening, pleading. I would never hurt you, but I need you safe, for my peace of mind, for Min-jun's sake. Maya felt trapped, cornered, desperate. I can't just leave Marcus, he needs me. Bring him here, Jae-hwan said immediately. Both of you, stay in the guest wing. Full security, medical care if he needs it. Whatever makes this easier. Maya's breath caught. You're serious? Completely. Jae-hwan's voice was soft. I'm asking you to trust me. I know that's difficult, but please, let me keep you safe. Maya looked at Han. Is this real? Is the threat real? Very real, Han said. His voice was grim. Sang-ho doesn't bluff. If he warned you, he's already planning something. Maya's legs felt weak. She sat down hard. Her mind raced through options. Run, hide, fight. None of them seemed possible. How long? She whispered. I don't know, Jae-hwan said. He sat beside her, close but not touching. A week, a month, however long it takes to neutralize the threat. And then you go home, back to your life. I stay out of it. His voice cracked slightly. Unless you want otherwise. Maya looked at him, really looked. She saw exhaustion, loneliness, desperate hope. This wasn't a man who wanted to control her. This was a man trying to protect what little light remained in his world. I need to call my brother, Maya said. I need to explain. Use my phone. Jae-hwan handed her his cell. Tell him whatever you need to. Maya dialed. Marcus answered on the third ring. Hello? Marcus, it's me. Maya's voice shook. Something happened. I need you to listen carefully, she explained. Not everything. Not the danger. Just that a friend needed help. That they had a place to stay for a while. That it would be safer, more comfortable. Marcus was quiet for a long time. Are you in trouble? No. Maya lied. I'm helping someone. That's all. Okay. He trusted her completely. Always had. When should I pack? Tonight. Someone will come get you. Maya looked at Jae-hwan. He nodded. A man named Han. He'll help you bring everything you need. Okay? Marcus said again. I love you. Maya, I love you too. Her throat tightened. I'll see you soon. She hung up. She handed the phone back to Jae-hwan. Her hands were shaking. Thank you, he said. His voice was rough. For trusting me. I don't trust you, Maya said honestly, but I don't have better options. Something shifted in his expression. Hurt. Understanding. Acceptance. Fair enough. Han left to collect Marcus. Maya sat in the expensive chair and tried to process everything. Her life had exploded in 72 hours. Can I see Min-jun? She asked suddenly. Jae-hwan's eyes widened. He's asleep. But yes. Tomorrow. Whenever you want. Okay. Maya felt exhausted. Overwhelmed. Scared. Show me where I'm staying. Jae-hwan stood. He led her through the house. Upstairs. Down a hallway. Everything was pristine. Untouched. Cold. He opened a door. Inside was a suite. Bedroom, bathroom, small sitting area. The bed looked enormous. The furniture was simple. Clean. This is yours, Jae-hwan said. The door locks from inside. No one will bother you. Maya stepped in. The room smelled clean. Fresh linens. New paint. Like no one had ever lived here. Marcus will be in the room next door, Jae-hwan said. Connected through that door if you need him. Thank you, Maya whispered. She didn't know what else to say. Jae-hwan lingered in the doorway. His expression was complicated. Grateful. Guilty. Hopeful. If you need anything, I'll be fine, Maya said. She needed him to leave. Needed space to breathe. He nodded. He started to go, then stopped. Maya. Yes. I'm sorry. For everything. For putting you in danger. For being selfish. His voice was barely audible. You deserved better. He left before she could respond. The door clicked shut. Maya stood alone in the expensive room. She walked to the window. Outside, security lights illuminated the grounds. She saw guards patrolling, cameras mounted on corners. This wasn't a home, this was a prison. Beautiful, but still a prison. Maya pressed her forehead against the glass. The cold felt good, real, grounding. What had she done? What had she agreed to? But then she thought of Min Jun, of his small fingers reaching across the table, of Jae Hwan's broken eyes. Maybe she hadn't agreed to anything. Maybe she'd just chosen to care, and sometimes caring was the most dangerous choice of all. Marcus arrived an hour later. Han helped him carry 2 duffel bags and a backpack. Maya met them in the hallway. "This place is huge," Marcus whispered. His eyes were wide. "Who lives here?" "A friend," Maya said. She hugged him tight. "Come on, I'll show you your room." She led him to the connected suite. His room was identical to hers, clean, expensive, impersonal. Marcus sat on the bed. He bounced slightly. "This is nice. Really nice." "Yeah," Maya said. Her voice was tired. "Really nice." "Are you okay?" Marcus asked. His face showed concern. "You seem scared." "I'm fine," Maya forced a smile. "Just tired. Long day." "Okay." He didn't believe her but didn't push. "Can I explore tomorrow?" "We'll see." Maya helped him unpack. His medications went on the nightstand, his clothes in the dresser, his favorite books on the shelf. By midnight, he was asleep. Maya returned to her room. She lay in the enormous bed and stared at the ceiling. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. A text. "Sleep well. You're safe here." Maya stared at the message. Jae Hwan. Checking on her. Making sure she was okay. She didn't respond. Didn't know what to say. Instead, she turned off the phone and closed her eyes. Sleep came eventually, restless and full of shadows. Morning arrived bright and cold. Maya woke to sun streaming through unfamiliar windows. For a moment she forgot where she was. Then memory crashed back. The estate, the danger, the choice she'd made. She showered in the marble bathroom. Her own clothes looked shabby against the expensive tile. She dressed quickly and checked on Marcus. He was still asleep. His breathing was even, peaceful. She left him a note and ventured downstairs. The house was quiet. Her footsteps echoed on hardwood floors. She followed the smell of coffee to a large kitchen. Jae Hwan stood at the counter. He wore black pants and a grey shirt. His hair was damp from a shower. He looked younger in daylight, less dangerous. "Good morning," he said. His voice was careful. "Coffee?" "Yes, please." Maya sat at the island. The kitchen was enormous. Industrial appliances, marble counters, everything pristine. Jae Hwan poured her a cup, black. He remembered from the restaurant. The small detail made her chest tighten. "How did you sleep?" he asked. "Fine," Maya lied. "Where's Min Jun?" "Still asleep. He stays up late. Sleeps late." Jae Hwan leaned against the counter. "He doesn't sleep well. Nightmares." Maya's heart ached. "About what happened?" "Yes." Jae Hwan's jaw tightened. "He was there. When they took her. He saw everything." Maya felt sick. "I'm sorry." "Don't be. It's not your burden." Jae Hwan sipped his coffee. His hands were steady. "But he likes you. That's rare. Important." "I like him too," Maya said honestly. "He's sweet. Brave." Something shifted in Jae Hwan's expression. Softness. Gratitude. "Thank you for seeing that." They drank coffee in silence. Not uncomfortable, just careful. Two strangers learning to exist in the same space. "Kaihan will show you around today," Jae Hwan said finally. "The grounds, the security protocols, where you can go." "Where I can't go, you mean," Maya said. Her voice was sharp. "This is still a prison." "It's protection," Jae Hwan corrected. His voice stayed calm. "There's a difference." "Is there?" Maya stood. She felt restless, trapped. "I can't work, can't leave, can't live my actual life." "For now." Jae Hwan set down his cup. "I know this is hard. I'm trying to make it easier." "You're trying to control the situation," Maya said. Anger bubbled up. "That's different from making it easier." "Maybe," Jae Hwan's eyes found hers. "But you're alive. Safe. That's what matters." Maya wanted to argue, wanted to scream, but he wasn't wrong. Sang-ho had threatened her, made her a target. Without protection, she'd be vulnerable. "I hate this," she whispered. I know." Jae-hwan's voice was soft. "I hate it too." Footsteps on the stairs interrupted them. Small, hesitant. Maya turned. Min-jun stood in the doorway. He wore pajamas. His hair stuck up in the back. His eyes were cautious, searching. Then he saw Maya. His face changed. Not quite a smile, but close. Something hopeful. "Good morning, Min-jun," Maya said in Korean. She kept her voice gentle. "Did you sleep well?" The boy walked toward her, slowly. Each step deliberate. He stopped 3 feet away. Maya knelt. She made herself small, non-threatening. "Your house is beautiful. I'm staying here for a while." Min-jun's eyes flickered to his father, then back to Maya. He took another step closer. "Would you like breakfast?" Maya asked. "I can make something if your dad has food." Min-jun nodded. Tiny movement, barely visible, but clear. Maya's breath caught. Communication, connection, progress. She stood and looked at Jae-hwan. "Eggs okay?" "Perfect." His voice was rough, emotional. "Everything's in the fridge." Maya cooked breakfast while Min-jun watched from a chair. He didn't speak, didn't make noise, but his presence felt intentional, chosen. She made scrambled eggs, toast, orange juice, simple food done well. She set a plate in front of Min-jun. "Eat," she said gently. "It's good." The boy picked up his fork. He took a small bite. Then another. His shoulders relaxed slightly. Jae-hwan watched from across the kitchen. His expression was complicated, grateful, pained, hopeful. Maya felt something shift inside her chest. This wasn't about danger or debt anymore. This was about a child who needed gentleness, a father who needed hope, and somehow she'd become part of their broken family. The days developed a rhythm. Maya woke early, made coffee, waited for Min-jun. The boy sought her out every morning, silent but consistent. He sat beside her during meals, followed her through the house, never spoke but communicated through small gestures. Marcus settled into the estate easily. His medical needs were met. His medications delivered on time. He had space, comfort, safety. "This is nice," he told Maya one evening. "Weird, but nice." "Yeah," Maya said. She felt guilty. He deserved to know the truth. But telling him meant admitting the danger, just temporary. "I know," Marcus smiled, "but maybe enjoy it while it lasts." Maya tried. She explored the grounds with Han, learned the security protocols, understood the boundaries. The estate was enormous. Gardens, a small forest, high walls, guards everywhere. Beautiful, but isolated. Jae-hwan kept his distance. He worked in his office most days, took calls in different languages, managed an empire Maya didn't want to understand, but sometimes their paths crossed. In the kitchen, in the hallway, in the garden where Min-jun liked to play, those moments felt charged, heavy, full of unspoken things. "Thank you," Jae-hwan said one afternoon. They stood in the garden watching Min-jun collect leaves, for being kind to him. "It's not hard," Maya said. "He's a good kid. He hasn't been this calm in 2 years." Jae-hwan's voice was quiet. "You did that." "I just listened," Maya said. "That's all." "That's everything." Jae-hwan's eyes found hers. No one else bothered. The silence stretched between them, not uncomfortable, just full of things neither knew how to say. Min-jun ran over with a red leaf. He held it up to Maya. His eyes were bright. "It's beautiful," Maya said. She took the leaf carefully. "Should we press it in a book?" Min-jun nodded enthusiastically. He grabbed her hand. His small fingers wrapped around hers. Maya's breath caught. His hand was warm, trusting, real. She let him pull her toward the house. Behind them, Jae-hwan followed. His expression was soft, vulnerable, open in a way she'd never seen. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. She wandered downstairs for water. The house was dark, quiet, peaceful. She found Jae-hwan in the sitting room. He sat in the dark, staring at nothing. A glass of whiskey sat untouched on the table. "Can't sleep?" she asked softly. He turned. His eyes were tired. "Never can. Want company?" Maya didn't know why she offered, but the words came naturally. "Yes." His voice was honest, grateful. "Please." She sat across from him. The darkness felt safe, private, like confessions could live here. Tell me about her, Maya said. Your wife. Jae Hwan's jaw tightened. Why? Because Min-jun lost his mother. You lost your wife. That matters. Maya's voice was gentle, and maybe talking helps. The silence stretched. Long, heavy. Maya thought he wouldn't answer. Then he spoke. Her name was Ji-woo. She was kind, gentle, everything I'm not. His voice cracked, just slightly. She married me anyway. Said she saw good in me. I never understood why. Maya's chest tightened. What happened? Sang-ho wanted leverage, wanted control. Jae Hwan's hands curled into fists. He hired men to take her, to hold her until I agreed to his terms. But something went wrong, Maya whispered. Everything went wrong. She fought. They panicked. Min-jun was in the car. Jae Hwan's voice broke completely. He watched them shoot her, watched her die. He was 5 years old. Maya felt tears burn her eyes. God, I'm so sorry. I killed them all, every single person involved. Jae Hwan's voice went cold, flat. But it didn't bring her back. Didn't fix Min-jun. Grief doesn't fix, Maya said softly. It just changes shape. You sound experienced. Jae Hwan looked at her, really looked. What did you lose? My parents. Car accident. I was 19. Maya's throat tightened. Marcus was 12. Brain damage from the crash. I became his guardian, his caretaker, his whole world. That's why you work so hard, Jae Hwan said. Understanding dawned. Why you can't accept help? I have to be enough for him always. Maya wiped her eyes. If I fail, he has no one. You won't fail. Jae Hwan's voice was certain. You're too strong for that. I'm not strong, I'm just stubborn. Maya laughed. It sounded wet, broken. There's a difference. Not much of one. Jae Hwan stood. He walked to the window. Thank you for asking about Ji-woo. No one does anymore. People avoid pain, Maya said. That doesn't mean it goes away. No. His voice was soft. It doesn't. Maya stood. She should go back to bed. Leave him with his grief. But something kept her there. Jae Hwan, she said. His name felt strange on her tongue. Intimate. Yes? You're not as bad as you think. Maya's voice was certain. Min-jun loves you. That proves something good exists. He turned. His eyes found hers across the dark room. You barely know me. I know enough. Maya moved toward the door. Good night. Good night, Maya. His voice followed her. Warm, grateful. Sleep well. She climbed the stairs. Her heart felt heavy, full of things she couldn't name. In her room, she lay in bed and thought about grief, about loss, about two broken people trying to survive, and she realized she was starting to care, not just about Min-jun, but about his father, about the sad, dangerous man who couldn't sleep. That terrified her more than Sang-ho ever could. A week passed, then 2. Maya's life at the estate became normal, routine, almost comfortable. She read to Min-jun every afternoon, Korean children's books, simple stories with bright pictures. He sat close to her, his small body pressed against her side. During one story, he pointed at a word, Umma. Maya's voice caught mother, the Korean word for mother. Yes, she whispered. Umma means mother. Min-jun looked up at her. His dark eyes were serious, searching. Then he pressed his finger to Maya's chest. Gentle, intentional. Maya's breath caught. Was he asking, hoping, claiming? I'm not your Umma, she said softly, but I care about you very much. Min-jun's hand stayed on her chest, over her heart. His eyes didn't leave hers. Is it okay if I care about you? Maya asked. Her voice shook. Even though I'm not her. The boy nodded, firm, clear. Then he leaned against her, his head on her shoulder, his trust absolute. Maya wrapped her arms around him. She felt something break inside her chest, not painful, just opening, letting him in. Jae Hwan stood in the doorway. She hadn't heard him approach. His face was raw, open, devastated in the best way. Their eyes met, and Maya saw it. The hope, the gratitude, the beginning of something neither could name. That night the silence felt different, charged, heavy with possibility. Maya stood on her balcony. The night was cold, clear. Stars filled the sky above the estate. A knock on her door. Soft, hesitant. She opened it. Jae Hwan stood in the hallway. He wore the same clothes from earlier, His hair was disheveled, his eyes were tired. "Can I come in?" he asked. His voice was quiet. "Just to talk." Maya should say no, should maintain boundaries, distance, safety. "Yes," she whispered. He entered. He didn't sit, just stood near the window, looking out at the same stars. "Min-jun spoke today," Jae-hwan said. His voice was rough. "To Han, he said your name." Maya's heart jumped. "What?" He asked where Maya was. 3 words. First sentence in 2 years. Jae-hwan turned. "Because of you." "I didn't do anything," Maya said. Her hands shook. "I just spent time with him. You gave him safety, gentleness, things I can't provide." Jae-hwan stepped closer. "You're healing him, giving him his voice back. You're his father. You love him. That's what matters." Maya felt overwhelmed. "You're not just anything." Jae-hwan's voice was fierce. "You're the first person who saw him as a child. Not a broken thing, not a tragedy." The silence hung between them, heavy, full. I don't know what I'm doing here," Maya whispered. "I don't know how to be in your world. You're not in my world. You're creating a new one." Jae-hwan's eyes found hers. "For Min-jun, for me, for yourself." "That's terrifying," Maya said honestly. "I know." His voice was soft. "But maybe terror is worth it. For this." He gestured between them. The space, the connection, the thing growing despite logic and sense. Maya wanted to close the distance, wanted to touch him, wanted to understand what was happening, but fear held her back. Fear of losing herself, fear of caring too much, fear of the price that caring demanded. "I should go," Jae-hwan said. He moved toward the door. "Good night, Maya." "Stay." The word escaped before she could stop it. "Just for a few minutes." He stopped, his hand on the doorknob, his shoulders tense. "Are you sure?" he asked. "No." Maya's voice was honest. "But stay anyway." He sat on the edge of her bed. She sat in the chair by the window. They talked until sunrise. About Ji-woo, about Marcus, about childhoods and dreams and the people they'd lost, about fear and hope and the impossible space between. When dawn broke, Jae-hwan stood. He looked exhausted, happy, lighter than before. "Thank you," he said, "for listening. Thank you for staying," Maya whispered. He left. The door clicked shut. Maya sat in the chair and watched the sun rise. Something had shifted, between them, inside her. She couldn't name it, didn't want to, but it was there, growing, undeniable, and that scared her more than anything Sang-ho could do. The calm shattered on a Tuesday morning. Maya was reading to Min-jun in the garden. Marcus was inside watching television. Jae-hwan was in his office. Han appeared suddenly. His face was grim. "Inside, now." "What's wrong?" Maya asked. Her stomach dropped. Sang-ho's men were spotted near the north perimeter. Han's voice was urgent. "We're going into lockdown." Maya grabbed Min-jun. The boy clung to her. His small body trembled. "It's okay," she whispered in Korean. "We're safe, I promise." They ran inside. Guards appeared from everywhere. Doors locked, windows sealed. The estate transformed into a fortress. Jae-hwan met them in the main hallway. His face was cold, dangerous. The mask was back. "Take them to the safe room," he told Han. His eyes found Maya's. "Don't leave for any reason." "What about you?" Maya asked. Fear made her voice shake. "I'll handle this." Jae-hwan's voice was final. "Go, now." Han led them to a hidden door. Behind it, stairs descended into darkness. They entered a concrete room, reinforced walls, supplies, communications equipment. Marcus looked terrified. "What's happening?" "Just a precaution," Maya lied. She held Min-jun close. "We're safe here." Hours passed. No information, no updates, just silence and fear and waiting. Min-jun cried, silent tears down his small face. Maya held him, whispered promises she wasn't sure she could keep. Finally, the door opened. Jae-hwan stood there, blood on his shirt, a cut above his eye, but alive. "It's over," he said. His voice was tired. "They're gone." "What happened?" Maya asked. She stood with Min-jun in her arms. "Warning, threat, reminder that Sang-ho can reach us." Jae-hwan's jaw tightened. "But he failed. You're safe. For how long?" Maya's voice broke. "How long until he tries again?" I don't know. Jae-Hwan's honesty was brutal, but I won't let him touch you, any of you. That night, Maya couldn't sleep. The fear had settled into her bones. This wasn't just protection. This was war, and she was trapped in the middle. She went to check on Min-jun. The boy was having nightmares, whimpering in his sleep, reliving old trauma mixed with new fear. Maya climbed into his bed. She held him until the nightmares stopped, until his breathing evened, until peace returned. When she looked up, Jae-Hwan stood in the doorway, watching. His expression was raw. He said nothing, just watched her hold his son, watched her provide comfort he couldn't give. Then he turned and walked away, and Maya understood. This was breaking him. Watching her love Min-jun, watching the family he'd lost, rebuilt with someone new. She didn't know how this would end, didn't know if survival was even possible, but she knew she cared. About Min-jun, about Jae-Hwan, about this broken family she'd accidentally joined, and that made everything so much worse. 3 days later, Maya made a mistake. A small one, innocent, but devastating. She needed groceries, basic supplies, things for Min-jun. Han agreed to take her. Quick trip, heavy security, completely safe. They went to a Korean market 20 minutes away. 2 guards accompanied them. Another car followed. Every precaution was taken. Maya shopped quickly. She grabbed snacks Min-jun liked, ingredients for dinner, normal things, domestic things. At the register, she felt eyes on her back. Heavy, intentional, malicious. She turned. A man watched from the next aisle. Young, Korean, cold eyes. Her chest tightened. Something was wrong. Han, she whispered. That man. Gunfire exploded. Glass shattered. People screamed. Han shoved her down behind a display. "To stay low," he shouted. He pulled his weapon, returned fire. Chaos erupted. More gunfire. Smoke. Screaming. Maya pressed herself to the floor. Terror made her dizzy. Then hands grabbed her. Rough, brutal. A bag went over her head. Darkness swallowed everything. She tried to scream, tried to fight, but they were too strong, too many. She heard Han shouting. More gunfire. Then nothing. Just the sound of her own breathing. Ragged. Panicked. Terrified. They dragged her outside. Threw her in a vehicle. The engine roared. Tires squealed. Maya felt herself start to hyperventilate. The bag smelled chemical. Wrong. Her vision blurred. Then everything went black. Maya woke in darkness. Her head pounded. Her wrists were tied behind her back, her ankles bound. She was in a room. Small. Cold. Concrete floor. No windows. Single door. Panic clawed at her throat. She tried to stay calm, tried to think. Sang-ho. This was Sang-ho. He'd taken her, just like he'd threatened. The door opened. Light flooded in, blinding after the darkness. Maya squinted. A man entered. Tall, well-dressed. The same man from the restaurant, Yoon Sang-ho. "Hello, Maya," he said. His voice was pleasant, terrifying. "I'm glad you're awake." "Let me go," Maya whispered. Her voice shook. "Please." "Soon. Maybe." Sang-ho sat on a chair. "First, we wait for Jae-Hwan to make the right choice." What choice? Maya felt sick. Power, territory, control, things that matter. Sang-ho smiled. "You're the price, the motivation, the weakness he can't afford." "He'll kill you," Maya said. Certainty made her voice stronger. "He'll destroy everything you have. Perhaps, but you'll die first." Sang-ho stood. "Think about that while you wait." He left, the door locked. Darkness returned. Maya sat in the cold and tried not to cry, tried not to think about Min-jun, about Jae-Hwan, about the life she'd almost had. She thought about prayers, about hope, about survival, and she waited. Jae-Hwan received the call while working in his office. Han's voice was devastated, broken. "She's gone." They took her. Everything inside Jae-Hwan went cold, then hot, then murderous. How many men? His voice was deadly calm. 6, maybe 7. Professional. They planned this. Han sounded desperate. "I'm sorry. I failed." Location. Now. Jae-Hwan was already moving, already planning, already prepared to burn the world down. "We're tracking." "Give me 10 minutes." Jae-Hwan hung up. He opened his safe. Weapons, ammunition, equipment he'd hoped never to use again. Minjun appeared in the doorway. His small face was pale, frightened. "Maya?" he whispered. His voice was tiny, fragile. "Where's Maya?" Jaehwan's chest tightened. His son had spoken. Full sentence. Clear words. But the context was nightmare. Someone took her. Bad people. Jaehwan knelt. He gripped Minjun's shoulders. But I'm bringing her back, I promise." "Don't let her die." Minjun's eyes filled with tears. "Please, Appa. Not like Uma." Something broke inside Jaehwan, shattered completely. The fear, the love, the absolute terror of losing someone else. "I won't, I swear." He pulled Minjun close. "Stay with Marcus. Han will protect you. I'll bring Maya home." He kissed his son's forehead. Then he became someone else. Something else. The man he'd buried with Jiwoo. Dangerous, brutal, unstoppable. Han tracked the vehicle to an abandoned warehouse near the docks. Industrial area. No witnesses. Perfect for what Sang-ho intended. Jaehwan assembled his team. 20 men. Heavily armed. Loyal unto death. "No mercy," he said. His voice was ice. "Everyone inside dies, except Maya. Protect her above everything." They moved at dusk. Silent, efficient, professional. Years of training activated. The warehouse had minimal security. Sang-ho was arrogant. Believed his reputation would protect him. He was wrong. Jaehwan's men eliminated the perimeter guards. No sound. No alarm. Just bodies falling. They breached the main entrance. Gunfire erupted. Brief, brutal. Sang-ho's men fell. Jaehwan moved through the warehouse. His weapon was steady. His hands were sure. Every shot found its target. He felt nothing. No rage, no fear, just cold determination. Maya needed him. Nothing else mattered. They found her in a back room. Tied, terrified, but alive. Jaehwan's breath caught. Relief nearly brought him to his knees, but he stayed focused. Professional. "Maya," he said. His voice cracked despite everything. "I'm here." Her eyes found his. She was crying, shaking, exhausted. "Jaehwan," she whispered. "You came. Always." He cut her bonds. His hands were gentle, despite the blood covering them. "So can you walk?" She nodded. He helped her stand. Her legs were unsteady. He wrapped his arm around her waist, supporting, protecting. "Where's Sang-ho?" she asked. "Dead. They're all dead." Jaehwan's voice was flat. Final. "It's over." They walked through the warehouse. Maya saw the bodies, the destruction, the violence Jaehwan had unleashed. She should feel horrified, disgusted, afraid, but she only felt grateful, safe. He had come for her, had destroyed everything to save her. That meant something, everything. Outside, Han waited with vehicles. He looked relieved, guilty, devastated. "I'm sorry," he said to Maya. "This was my fault." "No, it was Sang-ho's." Maya's voice was stronger now. "You kept me alive long enough." They drove back to the estate. Jaehwan held Maya's hand the entire way. His grip was tight, desperate, like letting go meant losing her forever. At the house, Minjun ran to meet them. He threw himself at Maya. His small arms wrapped around her legs. "You came back," he said. His voice was loud, clear, certain. "I knew you would." Maya dropped to her knees. She pulled him close. Her chest tightened with emotion too big to name. "I always will," she whispered. "I promise. I'll always come back." Minjun buried his face in her shoulder. He cried. Real tears, real emotion. 2 years of silence breaking open. Jaehwan watched them. His face was raw. His eyes were wet. He looked destroyed, grateful, completely undone. Marcus appeared. He grabbed Maya. His hug was fierce. "You're okay. Thank God. You're okay." "I'm okay," Maya said. She was crying now, too. "We're all okay." That night, everything changed. Maya showered. The hot water washed away blood that wasn't hers. Dirt, fear, trauma. But the memory remained. She dressed in clean clothes. Her hands were still shaking. Her chest felt tight, but she was alive. A knock on her door. Soft, hesitant. She opened it. Jaehwan stood there. He'd showered too. Changed clothes. but blood still stained his knuckles, evidence of what he'd done. "Can I come in?" he asked. His voice was hoarse, broken. "Yes," Maya whispered. He entered. He stood in the middle of her room. His body was rigid. His hands were clenched, fighting for control. "I thought I lost you," he said. His voice shook. "When Han called, when he said you were gone, I thought—" His voice broke, completely. He covered his face with his hands. His shoulders shook. Maya's breath caught. She'd never seen him like this. Vulnerable, shattered, human. She crossed to him. She pulled his hands away from his face. She held them, bloody knuckles and all. "I'm here," she said. Her voice was gentle. "I'm safe. You saved me. I almost didn't." Jae-hwan's eyes found hers. They were wet, desperate. "Another minute, another hour. I could have been too late." "But you weren't." Maya's throat tightened. "You came for me. You destroyed them. You brought me home." "Home," he repeated. The word sounded foreign, hopeful. "Is that what this is?" "I don't know." Maya was honest. "But it feels like it. With you, with Min-jun, with all of this." Jae-hwan's breath caught. "Maya, I need to tell you something." "Okay." She waited, her heart hammered against her ribs. "I'm falling in love with you." His voice was raw, certain. "I don't know how, I don't know when, but it's happening and I can't stop it." Maya felt everything inside her shift, realign, fall into place. "I'm scared," she whispered, "of what that means, of what it costs." "I know." "Me too." Jae-hwan stepped closer. "But I'm more scared of losing you, of not trying, of letting fear win. I don't know how to do this." Maya's voice shook. "I don't know how to love someone dangerous. I'm not asking you to love me. Not yet." Jae-hwan's hand lifted, gentle. He touched her face. "I'm asking you to stay, to try, to let this be real." Maya leaned into his touch. Her eyes closed. "I don't want to leave. That terrifies me." "Why?" His voice was soft, careful. "Because I'm falling too." Maya opened her eyes. "And I don't know how to survive losing another person I love." "You won't lose me." Jae-hwan's voice was fierce. "I promise. I'll fight everything to keep you safe." "You can't promise that." Maya felt tears burn. "Life doesn't work that way." "Then, let's make it work differently." Jae-hwan's forehead pressed against hers. "Let's choose each other. Every day, despite fear, despite danger, despite everything." Maya's breath caught. Her hands found his chest. She felt his heartbeat, strong, steady, real. "I'm choosing you," she whispered. "I'm choosing this, even though it's terrifying." "Thank you." Jae-hwan's voice broke. "Thank you for staying." The silence stretched between them, heavy, full, charged with everything unsaid. Then Maya lifted onto her toes. Her lips found his, soft, tentative, asking permission. Jae-hwan's breath caught. His hands moved to her waist, gentle, reverent, like she was precious, breakable. He kissed her back, slow, deep, pouring everything into it. Love, fear, hope, gratitude, devotion. Maya felt herself melt into him, her hands tangled in his hair, her body pressed close, everything inside her saying yes. This, him, always. When they finally pulled apart, both were breathing hard, foreheads pressed together, eyes closed. "Stay tonight," Jae-hwan whispered. "Just sleep, nothing else. I just need you close." "Okay," Maya said. Her voice was soft. "I'll stay." They lay in her bed, fully clothed, his arms around her, her head on his chest, safe, together, healing. Maya felt his heartbeat under her ear, strong, steady, alive. "I love you," she whispered, testing the words, making them real. "I love you too." Jae-hwan's voice was rough, certain, more than I thought possible. They fell asleep, tangled together. Two broken people choosing hope, choosing each other, choosing life despite everything that tried to destroy them. Morning came gentle, soft light, quiet peace. Maya woke in Jae-hwan's arms. His eyes were already open, watching her. "Hi," she whispered. "Hi." His voice was warm, happy. "Sleep well?" "Better than I have in years." Maya smiled. "You?" "Same." He kissed her forehead. "And Min-jun will be awake soon, looking for you. Let him find us." Maya snuggled closer. He should know. About this. About us. Are you sure? Jae-hwan's voice was careful. It's fast. It's complicated. Life is complicated. Maya looked up at him. But this feels right, real. He deserves to see that. They went downstairs together, hand in hand. Min-jun was in the kitchen with Marcus. Both looked up when they entered. Min-jun's eyes went wide. He looked at their joined hands, then at their faces. Understanding dawned. He ran to them, threw his arms around both. His smile was enormous, bright, joyful. "You're staying," he said. "Clear, certain. You're staying forever." "Yes," Maya said. She knelt beside him. "If you want me to." Min-jun nodded frantically. Then he looked at Maya. His expression was serious, hopeful, vulnerable. "Can I call you Uma?" he whispered. "Taek, is that okay?" Maya's breath caught. Her eyes filled with tears. Her throat closed. She looked at Jae-hwan. His face was soft, approving, grateful. "Yes," Maya whispered. "You can call me Uma. I'd be honored." Min-jun threw himself at her. "Uma, my Uma. You're my Uma now." Maya held him. She cried. Happy tears. Healing tears. Tears that said goodbye to loneliness and hello to family. Jae-hwan knelt beside them, his arms wrapped around both. They stayed like that, 3 people becoming a family, broken pieces fitting together perfectly. Marcus watched with tears in his eyes. "This is good, really good." "Yeah," Maya said. She reached for him. "Come here, you're part of this too." He joined the embrace. 4 people, different, complicated, but together, family built from choice rather than blood. 6 months later, Maya woke to sunlight streaming through unfamiliar windows. Except they weren't unfamiliar anymore. They were home. She'd moved her things into Jae-hwan's room 3 months ago. Marcus had his own suite. Min-jun's room connected to theirs. Real family. Real home. Jae-hwan's arm was draped across her waist. His breathing was even. Peaceful. He slept better now. Nightmares were rare. She turned to watch him. His face was relaxed. Younger. The hard edges had softened. Love did that. Healed things violence never could. "So you're staring," he murmured. His eyes stayed closed. His lips curved up. "You're beautiful," Maya said. "I'm allowed to stare." He opened his eyes. They were warm, happy, full of love. "Good morning." "Good morning." She kissed him. Soft, familiar. Home. They went downstairs. Min-jun was already awake. He sat at the kitchen table reading. His voice was strong now, clear. He talked constantly. "Uma," he called. "Can we make pancakes?" "Of course." Maya ruffled his hair. "Want to help?" "Yes." He jumped up. His joy was complete, uninhibited, healed. They cooked together. Jae-hwan made coffee. Marcus joined them. The kitchen filled with laughter, warmth, life. After breakfast, they walked in the garden. The fall air was crisp, beautiful. Min-jun ran ahead, collecting leaves, chasing butterflies. Being 7, Jae-hwan took Maya's hand. He pulled her to a stop. His expression was serious, nervous, hopeful. "I have something to ask you," he said. Maya's heart jumped. "Okay." He reached into his pocket, pulled out a small box. Her breath caught. "I know it's fast. I know we're still figuring things out." His voice shook. "But I want forever, with you, with Min-jun, with all of this." He opened the box. Inside was a ring. Simple, beautiful, perfect. "Marry me," he said. Not a question, a plea. "Be my wife. Min-jun's mother. My partner in everything, please." Maya felt tears burn. Her chest tightened. "Yes. God. Yes. Of course, yes." Jae-hwan's face transformed. Relief. Joy. Love. He slipped the ring on her finger, then kissed her. Deep. Grateful. Forever promised in a single touch. Min-jun ran back. He saw the ring. His eyes went wide. "Does this mean forever?" "Forever," Maya confirmed. She pulled him close. "You, me, your appa, Marcus. All of us, I'm good." Min-jun hugged her tight. "That's what I wanted. Forever family." They walked back to the house together. Guards patrolled but stayed distant. Security was still necessary, but fear was gone. Inside, Maya made tea. Jae-hwan worked on his laptop. Min-jun colored at the table. Marcus read on the couch. Simple, domestic, normal. Everything they'd fought for, everything they'd nearly lost. Maya looked around the room. At the man she loved. At the child who'd become hers. At her brother who had stability, safety, home. This was it. The life she'd never expected, never planned for, but somehow found anyway. She caught Jae-hwan's eye. He smiled. That soft smile reserved only for her, full of love, gratitude, certainty. Maya smiled back. Her heart felt full, complete, healed. They were safe. They were together. They were home. And that was everything. Evening fell gentle. They ate dinner together. Min-jun talked about his day, his school, his friends, normal childhood things. After dinner, Maya read to him. His favorite book. She'd read it dozens of times, never got tired of it. Umma, Min-jun said. His voice was sleepy. Content. Yes, baby. I'm glad you stayed. His eyes were heavy. I love you. Maya's throat tightened. I love you too. So much. She tucked him in, kissed his forehead, watched him drift to sleep. This beautiful child who'd chosen her, who'd healed her as much as she'd healed him. Jae-hwan waited in the hallway. He wrapped his arms around her. His chin rested on her head. Thank you, he whispered, for all of this, for him, for me. Thank you for finding me. Maya turned in his arms, for seeing me, for choosing me, always. His voice was certain. Every day, every choice, always you. They went to their room, their bed, their space, safe, private, and theirs. Maya lay with her head on his chest. His heartbeat was steady, strong, real, evidence that this wasn't a dream. I'm happy, she said. The words felt strange, foreign, true, really, truly happy. Me too. Jae-hwan's voice was soft, grateful. I didn't think I'd ever feel this again. We survived. Maya looked up at him. Together, despite everything, we survived. More than survived. His hand traced her face. Gentle, reverent. We built something beautiful, something worth fighting for. Maya kissed him, slow, deep, full of promise. Forever stretched before them, bright, possible, real. They fell asleep, tangled together. Two people who'd found each other in darkness, who'd chosen light, who'd built family from broken pieces. Outside, stars filled the sky. Inside, peace filled the house. Guards walked their routes. Security protected what mattered, but fear was gone, replaced by love, by trust, by certainty that tomorrow would come, and they'd face it together. Maya's last thought before sleep claimed her was simple, clear, true. She looked at him. He smiled. They were finally home,